Jackie.
Thank you, Jen. Real quick on crime first.
Sure.
I wanted to ask about, there was your appearance on Pod Save America. There was a discussion of Fox's crime coverage. And one line has prompted some criticism from people. It was soft on crime consequences. What even is that? Were you speaking in your personal opinion, or is that at all a reflection of the priorities of this administration? Because the criticism is that it would reflect that crime is not a priority of this administration.
Well, I encourage anyone to listen to the full context of the interview and the conversation. What I was speaking to was a chyron on Fox News, since you raised it, which suggested this administration is soft on crime with no basis, given we have had many conversations and back and forth with you and your colleagues about the prioritization of the president to ensure that we are working as close partners with leaders, whether it is Mayor Adams, who he's going to spend the day with on Thursday, or others in the country. And the facts speak for themselves. This is what I was talking about in the interview for the full context. In the American Rescue Plan, there was additional funding to support local cops programs, something that every single Republican voted against. I said in that interview that I know they don't like it when we call that out. I'm going to keep calling that out because that's a fact. Also, President Biden has proposed a significant increase in funding for local cops programs in his budget, more than the prior president. That's a fact. So if those facts are uncomfortable, I'm sorry for people who feel they need to be critical, but the president has been a longtime advocate of addressing crime. He's never been for defunding the police. Our Department of Justice has increased funding, has put in place support for strike forces. And the other fact that is never talked about in these Fox packages, maybe in this one, is the fact that gun crime is a major driver of crime across the country. Also a fact. So those are pieces, I think, in that moment I was speaking to. And again, we're about the facts here, and addressing crime is something that is a root of the president's agenda.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And then I want to move on to the DOJ. There is a letter from Tom Cotton today threatening to block the president's DOJ nominees over the Department of Justice allegedly denying 4 deputy U.S. Marshals legal defense in lawsuits stemming from the Portland riots. Is the White House aware of this, and can you give us any explanation for why that would be happening?
I'm not aware of the specifics of it, Jackie. I'm happy to check with our counsel's office, I assume, and see if there's something more specific we can get back to you.
Thank you. And then on there's been this leaked video of Border Patrol agents expressing frustration over some of the policies of this administration. I know that we talked last week about flights, and we've heard the explanation for this procedure that they were frustrated over. But this video seems to show that morale is, in a tough place, that these agents are frustrated who are having to carry out these policies. Is anything being done to improve morale? Is there going to be any sort of outreach from the administration to Border Patrol, given that we're seeing more of this come to the surface?
I haven't watched in detail the video. I will note that I think it was the migrant flights video. Is that the one that was, or is it different?
It's a different video.
Okay. I didn't want to speak to the wrong thing. Of course, the role that Border Patrol agents play in ensuring security and safety at our borders is something that there's great value for in this administration. I would point you to the Department of Homeland Security, who oversees, of course, the Border Patrol agents, and can see if there's any more specific programs that are underway. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks.
And then Jeff. Go.